These last 2 weeks have been a whirlwind. We were presented an inhumane amount of challenges. They kept popping up like whack-a-mole. We describe these bumps in the road as difficult times, but mostly we describe them as simply laughable. Our nature to laugh about the absurdity of life is one of my favorite things about us. Everyone who knows Ben knows that he has the gift of storytelling. In fact, the entire Rafado clan shares this gift. I've always admired this in them, and I would like to share a couple short stories of my own. On our first date, I met Ben at a Mexican restaurant in Tucson. He referred to this in his vows. I showed up at our planned meeting time, walked up to the front door, and it was locked. Turns out, the restaurant wasn't even open that night. This was the first of many instances since meeting Ben, where the option to get upset or the option to roll with the punches was presented to us. With these instances, Ben, you have shown me a more beautiful life. One that doesn't always have to go as planned, and one that doesn't have to be so serious. Why so serious? You have taught me to have compassion for ourselves, even when the road gets rough. Your spontaneous spirit continues to guide in the most beautiful directions, which brings me to my next story. The second story I have to share takes place near Lake Tahoe. We were relatively new in our relationship and still unsure of our intentions. You guided me up a beautiful hiking trail, and we finally stopped. At a scenic point, everything seemed pretty casual up to this point. Nothing out of the ordinary. I took in the view, gazing around at the gorgeous alpine surrounding us. The landscape was breathtaking. Within seconds, I turn around and see Ben stripped down to his underwear. He walks over to me, hugs me, gives me a kiss, and says, "I love you," for the first time. Before I could respond, he ran towards the icy cold water and dove in head first. I was left stunned and amazed. Not many times in my life have I been speechless. Before this moment, I was a bit of a romance cynic. I can admit my skepticism about true love and pessimism about long-lasting commitment. And here I had this beastly man in his underwear, professing his love with all the confidence in the world. With tremendous relief, my Grinch heart grew 3 sizes that day. Ben, standing up here today, I'm filled with many emotions. My heart is beating fast. I predicted that. I can feel the energy of our loved ones around us, and I can feel myself hanging on to the seconds that make up this moment. I know that I won't remember every single detail of today, though I will try. We've been reminded by all that today is going to fly by, that it will all be a blur. And while I know this is true, I know it's because it is a day to be remembered. I know I'll remember the support of my dad's arm as he walked me down the aisle, the tears in my mom's eyes as she lovingly observes our ceremony, my brother Paul telling me, "Your brothers have your back," my sister, an extension of myself, beaming love and confidence my way, my nieces and nephews, big smiles, warm hugs from the Rafado clan. I'm going to remember the sound of this creek flowing by and the birds in the sky. But most importantly, I'm going to remember the feeling of walking towards you. Each step was certainty in our future together. I'll remember the feeling of my legs grounded here, steady and calm. The way you look at me in these moments. I'll remember the weight of the vows you speak and I will hold that with strength. I'll remember the moments that bring tears to our eyes today and the moments of pure bliss. I'll remember the many stories told around tables this week, around campfires and dance floors, the joy, the belly laughs, and all the reminiscing. I love that today is a day I never want to forget, and a story we will want to tell and retell as we will cherish all of these moments for the rest of our lives. Standing in front of you now, I feel safe in my vulnerability with you. I feel safe to open my heart and give you all the love that is stored inside. You are my warm, safe place. You are my favorite person. You are the most beautiful human I know. And I stand here today with immense love for you and ready to give you all of my vows. I vow to appreciate you for all the things big and small. I vow to always self-improve and to always prioritize our growth in emotional maturity. I vow to be present with you as much as I possibly can, to remind you that you are enough. You are already the man of my dreams. I vow to show your heart compassion, even when you may not. I will hold you, care for you. I'll be honest and loyal and committed to our growth. I vow to hold your hand and walk with you, laughing through this life with open arms, open minds, and our forever expanding love. I love you.
It wasn't long after we first met that I knew you were unique. Some of my earliest reflections on our relationship were thinking, wow, now here's someone who can challenge me, who can call me out, and who can push me to be a better version of myself. If we look back and we're honest, I was a bit of an unfinished product. But you motivated me to persevere through our initial botched dates, lost credit cards, and the struggles that all new couples face when they learn to scuba dive together. Which, as it turns out, is a great litmus test.
Yeah.
Somehow, you saw in me something that I really couldn't, that I was worthy of love from such a stunning, kind, and confident woman. You steadied our course through the day-to-day chaos that at times envelops my life. Over the years, our confidence in our relationship has only grown, and I stand here with calm and clarity and promise you this: you are my person. I choose you now and forever. I also understand that we are two different people with vastly different experiences in life. Before we met, my goals are pretty simple and can be summed up in 4 words. Work hard, play harder. I had little interest or need in life's finer details like grooming routines, skincare, not to mention pedicures or irons that weren't meant for my skis. Since we met, my world has expanded in all these ways. I have a special buzzer for nose hair and a jar of facial toner as evidence. My life has also been enriched on so many deeper levels. You've introduced new thoughts, poetry, dance, music. You've helped us root to the earth through your love of gardening. You've introduced me to the finer points of fashion with your suggestions. You got me hooked on The Bachelor.
Yeah.
You've pushed me to see beyond my own view, and I've learned to trust and value your opinion. I promise to always listen, honor, and respect you. With you at my side, I know that I'll be able to experience everything this wild life has to offer. I'll do my best to protect you, to comfort and to smooth out life's bumps, roots, and rocks. I will never, ever tell you again, it's all flow from here. But I promise, in life and in marriage, I will always seek to find flow together. Lastly, I want to take this opportunity to get sappy and tell the world how I feel. Tina, your smile and laughter light my world. Your grace calms me. Your touch opens my heart. I love you with every fiber of my being, and I'll continue to love you beyond the time when we're both old, wrinkly, and gray.